A young sailor, barely 16, clinging to the rigging of a wooden warship as cannonballs scream overhead. The year is 1588, staring down the most powerful fleet ever assembled, the Spanish Armada. This boy does not know he's about to change the course of history. He only knows one thing: his shipmates are counting on him. For over 4 centuries, ordinary people like him have stepped aboard Royal Navy ships, carrying with them the hopes and fears of a nation. They were not seeking glory. They were answering a call that echoed across generations. When the Spanish fleet appeared on the horizon, Britain faced annihilation. But those English sailors, outnumbered and outgunned, refused to surrender. They danced between the enemy ships like wolves among sheep, their smaller vessels striking fast and disappearing into the mist. When the storms came, they had already lit the fuse of victory. 200 years later, another sailor stood on another deck. Admiral Nelson knew he was sailing toward his death at Trafalgar, but he also knew what was at stake. As he faced the combined might of France and Spain, he raised the signal that would inspire generations. England expects that every man will do his duty. The boy who might have been his grandson fired the cannons that shattered Napoleon's dreams of invasion. But these ships carried more than weapons. They carried dreamers. When Captain Cook sailed into the unknown Pacific, his crew included botanists sketching plants no European had ever seen, and navigators mapping waters that would connect distant worlds. They brought back more than knowledge. They brought wonder, expanding the horizons of human understanding. The darkest test came in the 20th century. Picture a convoy sailor in the North Atlantic, watching another merchant ship disappear beneath the waves, knowing that tomorrow it might be his turn. Yet he stayed at his post, because the people of Britain were counting on the food and fuel his ship carried. In the Arctic, sailors delivered supplies to Russia, through seas so cold that touching metal meant losing skin. But they sailed on, because freedom itself hung in the balance, a global struggle for liberty. These were not superhuman warriors. They were ordinary people who found extraordinary courage when their nation needed it most. The 16-year-old who survived the Armada became a grandfather who told stories to children who would grow up to serve at Trafalgar. The Trafalgar veteran's legacy lived on in the boy who faced U-boats in the Atlantic. It is an unbroken chain of service, passed down through generations, a testament to resilience. Today, their descendants still sail the world's oceans, carrying forward this incredible legacy that spans 5 centuries. Every time a Royal Navy ship appears on the horizon, it carries with it the spirit of that first young sailor who refused to let his shipmates down. It carries the echoes of Nelson's call to duty, Cook's spirit of discovery, and the unwavering resolve of those who brave the darkest seas. The Royal Navy's greatest victory was not any single battle. It was proving that when ordinary people stand together against impossible odds, they can change the world. That courage did not die with Nelson or end with the last World War. It lives on, somewhere out there on the endless sea, ready to answer the call once more, a beacon of unwavering commitment.